I had grew up through the church. My dad led the worship band, and it was great to have like friends there and like be a part of a community, but I never really had a relationship. I believed in Jesus at the time, but as my life started to get harder, I just decided to stop going because it just, I'd rather go do my own thing, you know what I mean? So I didn't have a relationship with Jesus. The further away that I went from that relationship with Jesus, the more I stopped believing. The more I stopped believing, the harder my life got, the less structure it had, the more I felt like I couldn't take on the stresses of life.
While all of this was going on, and I'm leaning in, and who better to share that with than my son? And I used to take him, but much like me, as he grew into an older teenager, he fell away from going to church, and I just prayed that he would come back to the church, And so every Sunday, like literally every Sunday after I started attending again, and Ben's giving the message, and I'm like quietly texting. I don't want people to see I'm on my phone, right? Because, it's rude, but like I'm texting like, ooh, the message is awesome today. It's about this. I think you'd like it.
I was angry, bitter, depressed, stressed out. I was anxious. I made people anxious to be around me, and like I responded to things in the worst of ways, like life's stresses, problems, things like that. I didn't feel like I could handle it, and it also felt like I didn't have anybody there to listen, because who would want to listen to somebody that's angry, like projecting their anxieties, and it's hard to be there for somebody that's like that. But I noticed my dad, he started changing the way he responded to things. He reacted to things, the way he would reach out and the way he would try and be there. The changes I saw in him were the changes I wanted to see in myself, and I didn't know how to do it. And the fact that he had figured it out, I was like, I gotta find out like what he knows. I gotta know. He would invite me every single Sunday. Like I would get a text message every Sunday morning being like, hey, this message is amazing. Like this is what it's about. I think it would be great for you. Every single Sunday for like, I don't know, it seemed like a year and a half, just trying to get at me, to grab at me, to come and like just experience what he's been experiencing. Like I felt like the radiance from just the message. I was like, man, maybe I do need that. Maybe that's what is lacking in my life, because I have no guidance, no really structure to like how to make my life better, because it's not good right now. What I'm doing isn't working. I'm trying to do everything my own way. When I stepped foot in the South Toledo CedarCreek campus, I felt like the messages were speaking right to me, something I needed to hear every single Sunday. And so I kept coming because I felt like it was giving me strength, it was giving me knowledge. Like this is what my dad was experiencing to make him the man that I wanted to be. He turned into the man that I wanted to see in myself. After about 6 months of doing that, I really noticed like, man, my life is getting better quick. You know what I mean? Like I'm really focusing on the right things, and this feels good. Like this feels like the direction I need to be moving in, to be the man for my children, and then for everybody else in my life, to be a good son, to be a good father, to be a good friend. And so I was like, God's word through Jesus Christ are moving me and changing me, which like nothing else ever has.
I was really ecstatic that my son was now attending and he was receiving the message. And I see them at church on Sundays now, and they're following Jesus Christ. But I just can't wait to see what's going to happen tomorrow, to be quite honest.